wrong with it. Just put that those are so windows flow.
Three minutes until showtime.
Throw it in. Or throw it out. Cast.
2 minutes until showtime.
Reel it back.
All right, boys, reel back in. Come on. We're getting that tangent. I'll be like, all right. Reel back in.
Reel back into what?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Talk about where the fuck.
Oh man. What's going on YouTube? Oh wait, what does he say? YouTube, what's going on today, man? Listen. Today,
Crazy story.
it's a brand new MP5 build. This thing shreds.
All the combinations haven't been tried yet.
People are
going to get something that's happening. This is about to be
And then
This is-
bang,
this is the
1.5 million views.
This is the build Call of Duty doesn't want you to
1
know about.
minute until showtime.
I don't even like. It doesn't even matter that he clickbaits because like everyone else clickbaits. So like it's his content. Everyone else clickbaits his content. Why can't he clickbait his own?
Yeah. Yeah, I am. I am.
Log Talk Radio.
Last production.
Your shoe will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
This is a Open Talk Radio 313 Class production.
I'm not never in line today.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. I haven't heard this bit yet. Oh, with guitar solo.
What's up?
That's a whole new element.
Whole new element. Oh, what's up, everyone? It is Thursday, May 6th, 1 p.m. Mountain Time. It is Game Chat Podcast. We are live every Thursday at this time. Last show in Boise for a while, boys. I don't even know if it's gonna be same time next year. I haven't looked at classes and stuff. Do you guys have this time slot open next semester?
On Thursday, it's possible. I think Tuesdays and Thursdays are my more open days. I'm class in the morning, class in the afternoon. I just have on. got no clue.
Yeah, I'm looking mine up right now. Yeah, because I mean, I'm sure we can. I have this slot open. I have class that ends at 11:45 on Thursdays, so I can. But I also don't have a problem switching it if we have an open time slot that Martez gives us, and we can find a spot for all four of us that works. But yeah, last one for the summer. I think we're gonna have Reed and maybe myself if I'm open, but I think Reed and possibly the Cecil brothers doing the live show during the summer. So yeah, that's yep. It's gonna be really interesting because we all work during the summer. So I'm not sure if I work every Thursday. So on the Thursdays I'm not working, I'll do the live show, but we're passing it on to Reed for the summer.
Okay, hold on.
As scary as that sounds.
So I'm giving Daniel Jones the keys.
No, it'd be like no, because Daniel Jones is too boring. Even though he does fumble a lot, which Reed fumbles over his words. Who would it be like giving the keys to? It would be
James Winston.
yes. There we go. That's yeah.
Like, he could throw a Hail Mary bomb touchdown.
He's gonna throw for 30 touchdowns.
Hail Mary.
He's also gonna throw 30 interceptions, and a couple of them are gonna be pick sixes. And you just have to weather the storm, and eventually it's gonna even out. We're gonna go 8-8, and by the time we get to the fall, Tom Brady.
Yeah, I was just gonna say,
is
we're
come
Tom
back.
Brady comes in and we get the ring.
And Reed laid the foundation.
I can do Thursday at 1.
You can?
Yes.
Okay.
I
Well,
have
that's
class from 12 to 12:50, but I mean I'll be able to stay, so I'll be here.
12 to 12:50. Or you have a 50-minute class? Yeah, so you'll be fine.
I have a class, I have a 9 a.m. class and a 3 p.m. class.
Perfect. So we're all good. Matthew, well, he already is late to this one, so we'll be fine.
We'll figure it
We'll
out.
stay the same.
We got a few months.
Yeah, but I'd rather not change it if we don't have to, especially now since we're chilling. But and I love Thursdays because we usually do the pod Sunday, so Thursdays is a nice in between. Except I don't know, maybe in the fall we should turn the live show into a pod because we usually do 2 episodes a week during football season. So that'd be nice to already have one on Thursday, and we record this for a podcast, like a preview of the week and stuff. I don't know. That'd be easier than doing a live show and then doing another pod to like give our picks and stuff.
Yeah.
Because that's all we used to do on the Thursday one was just like picks and predictions and stuff, and then we could just do that for the live show, but record it and then put it out as a pod. Yeah. Cool. All right. I want to start off today. We were talking about this. It was like right before the draft. Drop the football on the keeper. It's fine. Yeah. We talked about this before the draft, but it's a hypothetical from Kevin Clark at The Ringer. He put this out right after the Aaron Rodgers news came out, and I meant to bring it up on the podcast the other day, but I forgot, so we're gonna bring it up now. It is the Packers call every other team in the league and offer Aaron Rodgers for a first rounder next year and that team's current starting quarterback. Who says no? And then after that, after we say who says no, who do the Packers say no to?
Chiefs, Bills,
say no.
Ravens.
Ravens. We kind of said the Ravens. We said the Ravens because of they're just totally different offenses.
Yeah.
So if the Ravens would get worse in my opinion with Aaron Rodgers, even though I think Rodgers is better than Lamar. Do you guys agree?
I agree with that, yeah. I think the other way around, too. I think Packers would be first, too.
Yeah. They've also spent money like they have a rookie quarterback, or not a rookie, but a first contract quarterback. So
Yeah.
that'd be a problem for that.
So Ravens say no, Chiefs say no, Bills say no,
Chargers probably say no.
Chargers say no. I think same with the Bengals. They'd say no. I think the Chase pick proves that too.
Yeah.
I think that says that they're in on Burrow. So I would think the Bengals would say no. Do you think so? Do you think the Bengals would say no?
Yeah. What do you think?
What do you think the Seahawks would say?
I think the Seahawks would say no as of today. If you asked me this a couple months ago, when that Russ stuff was going around, I'd say they'd think about it for sure. I think they'd still think about it now, but I think right now they'd say no. I think Russ and Aaron are in the same tier, and Russ is younger.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But your Cardinals say no.
Cardinals,
Extremely enough. But
the two biggest close are Cardinals and Cowboys to me.
Yeah.
That's a tough one for the Cowboys with Dak coming off that injury.
Yeah, they could be sitting on a pot of gold, or they could be sitting on 4 injuries.
not that they have any first round picks, but what would the Rams say?
Rams would say yes. 1,000,000%.
I think they'd say yes. What do you think they'd say?
I think
Jaguars would say no.
Interesting.
Jaguars would say no 100%. It doesn't make sense for them to take Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, same with the Jets.
Probably the Jets. What would you guys say?
For Jimmy? Yeah.
For Trey Lance?
Probably no.
Really?
Who would he give up 2 first to get him?
That'd be like, so you're that, yeah, that's saying like that's four firsts essentially you're giving up. Yeah. Did you give up the 2, the 3rd overall pick, and another first? And Trey Lance. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
for
So
Jimmy,
it's
yeah.
4 firsts and Trey Lance for Rodgers. Yeah. You just take your chances with Lance at that point.
Take your chances with Lance and all those first round picks.
What about? Okay, who do the Packers say no to? This is a lot of teams. I mean,
Dolphins.
yeah, let's just go through every team. Let's just go through every team and see who would say yes.
Yeah.
So, Dolphins.
I feel like the Dolphins would say yes, but I don't think the
Packers would say no for Tua and a first for Aaron Rodgers. Man, I think both teams would consider it. I think the Dolphins for sure would say yes. They would
Yeah.
want Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
I think the Packers would consider it. Don't you?
Yeah.
I think just the
Especially just so
age-
tough because of Jordan Love too. But tossing Jordan Love out of it,
Yeah,
I
let's say
think
Jordan
they-
Love's going out.
I think they'd want a young quarterback, so I don't think they would say no to the Dolphins if that's all they were getting was a quarterback and a first rounder from every team.
You think they would say no?
I think they say yeah, the Packers. If
So you think
if
they'd
they were
want Tua?
actively trying to get rid of Aaron? Yeah, I mean it's a young quarterback.
I that'd be close. I think they'd probably say no. I don't know. That's tough.
What better offers are you going to get?
No, true. Well, okay, Bills, we already said they would say no.
Yeah.
Patriots.
Who they give up?
Let's do it for both. Cam and a first. The Patriots would say yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Packers would say no.
Yeah.
Mac, I think
I think the Packers would say no.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think
I think
Mac.
Packers say no, but I think Pats would say yes.
I think Pat say yes for sure to get Aaron Rodgers. Yeah.
Bill only got a certain amount of years left.
And then the Jets, we already said they would say no. You have to say no for the Jets because you just picked Zach Wilson. Okay, next AFC division. Let's do the South. Jaguars, we said they would say no. Texans, let's just throw out because if it's Deshaun, they say no. But if it's Davis Mills, they say yes. So
Vice
that's
versa for the Packers as well.
Exactly.
Sean, they say yes. If it's anybody else,
yeah, that's their situation. Titans, that's an interesting one.
for me, it's yes, 100%. But
What do you mean? They would
If you're the Titans.
if I'm the Titans, yes. Packers, no.
really? I think Tannehill's kind of underrated.
I think it's a system. I think he's in a great place.
But it's
I
a
think
good
same
place
with Jimmy.
it's a great place in Green Bay.
Yeah.
There are not very many other places better than Green Bay. With the offensive line and the running back and the receiver.
That's more pressure you put on Tannehill. That's what I'm saying. Is he's got Derrick Henry to lean on. But that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I look at Tannehill the same way I look at Jimmy. Is that they have great.
The only thing I'm
Running
considering when we're talking about Aaron is that team that gets Aaron only gets him for 3 years.
Yeah. It's like a win now team.
I think the Titans would probably say yes though. I think they'd take Aaron Rodgers.
And also Tannehill, like whether or not he's a system guy or not. Like, if you put him in the Packers offense, it's like, great O-line, great running back. But, like, Devontae Adams, it can't be hard to get him the ball,
No.
right?
And that's why I think if the Packers are in this hypothetical are actively trying to get rid of Rodgers, they take Tannehill.
I think they would.
I think they would.
Yeah.
Tannehill in the first?
Yeah.
That's a better offer than Tua, in my opinion. I'd take Tannehill over Tua.
Probably would too if I was the Packers.
Daniel's what, 37 years old though?
33?
Yeah. But he
It
he
depends
can
what direction they want to go.
he can play.
Yeah, I feel like
He's 32.
Tua might
He's not
have
that old. And
more
two.
potential in the future, but
Yeah.
good at Packers. Yeah.
Who else is in that division? The Colts. Colts say yes, 1,000,000%, and the Packers say no. Yeah. Okay, then
That could change.
yeah. The North. We already said Bengals and Ravens. We already talked about. Steelers say yes,
That was
and the Packers say no to that. And then, what about Baker? Baker and a first for Aaron Rodgers. The Browns say yes.
Now it's
Well, how much? Like Baker's probably going to want. Like if you think about the money.
I think that if Aaron Rodgers is on the Browns, they become a legitimate Super Bowl contender. With their run game, oh my gosh.
that's tough.
I think the Browns would want that.
Yeah, I think both teams would say yes.
Yeah, I think that's an equal one.
Yeah, Baker and a first.
I think the Browns might get the
Better end,
the better
for
end,
sure.
but
Most of these teams are for a quarterback and a
yeah.
first rounder.
But the Packers, I feel like the Packers.
Yeah, I think
Still
they'd be
compete.
fine with Baker.
I think they still compete.
I think that's tough. Yeah, Baker, you get a first rounder also, but that first is probably late.
It's a pretty similar. Like it's a relatively similar situation. Like you got a good run game behind you, and you got a good line.
And then the
Series is
West,
a little.
Chiefs and Chargers say no. Broncos and Raiders are the two options. They obviously say yes.
Yeah.
And
The Packers say yes.
the Raiders is that's
I see. This is where we're probably divide this. I'd rather have Carr than Tannehill.
I disagree.
I knew we had to divide.
I don't know.
I don't.
Let's put that on the story.
Carr
For the
doesn't-
what's the like for the next 5 years?
How old is Carr? He's got to be
Same age.
Same age. That's what I thought.
Is that what you want to ask? Because I want to make this a fair.
Yeah,
5 years.
Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of tough.
Well, because
I don't know.
what were you asking?
I'm not high on either of them. I would just like,
No, I know, but you
if I
said
had
you'd
to-
rather have.
Oh, I just said that if for that trade, I'd take Carr in a first, the Raiders than Tannehill in a first. I think that's a better deal than Tannehill.
There's some. Gotcha. But I'm just saying, as a quarterback, I'd rather have Tannehill as my quarterback than Carr.
I see them pretty similar. I think I still take Carr.
I think they're pretty similar as well, but
Let's see what the people say. I'm just interested. This is because they're
Yeah,
close, obviously. I just think I'd rather have Tannehill.
I think if you give Carr and Henry in that offense, I think it's
That's true. Yeah, sure, but I mean, Tannehill's numbers are way better than Carr's right now. So, just saying that he's just automatically better. I don't automatically better than Tannehill.
I totally disagree. I expect that Tannehill deals with 8 or 9 people in the box and then throws it deep. Play action. Carr kind of does the same thing. So.
I don't know what it's like.
All right, NFC West. The Rams, I think they want Rodgers. They said they want to win now.
Yeah, and I think the Packers would say it's a Stafford win.
Yeah, I think they take Stafford. Yeah, for sure. Definitely. Yeah. Cardinals would say no. Seahawks would probably say no. The Niners already talked about. Problem is with the Rams, they don't have a first round pick to give.
Either the Niners.
Neither do the Niners. And the Seahawks don't next year either.
Cardinals the only NFC West team that's the first one.
Yeah. The The Saints would do it for anything. They don't have a cap, but
They get more than
yeah.
quarterback in the first.
The Bucks would not. I think they'd. Do you think? I think they'd keep Tom.
Tom's
No way they're gonna.
Tom's the only reason all
Yeah.
these players are coming back.
Yeah. They'd keep Tom, 100%. Carolina would take Rodgers over Darnold.
Darnold?
Yeah, for sure. And then who's the other team in that division? The Falcons?
Sad thing is, back to the Buccaneers. If Tom goes to Green Bay, they're in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, 100%. But the Buccaneers might not make playoffs with Aaron Rodgers. I think Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady in the locker rooms are completely different. Rodgers would find a way to complain about that team, even though Brady just won the Super Bowl.
Bruce Arians has a problem.
I don't have a good running back. Yeah. What about the Falcons? Matt Ryan in the first for Rodgers? Yeah, probably.
So bad.
They're both old. Like that's what I think. The Falcons would be able to kind of contend. Maybe.
They got a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Their defense is that.
And then the Packers would you take Matt Ryan in the first?
No.
I wouldn't either.
I'd rather think they got.
I think Matt Ryan's too old. Yeah. The North. And these are kind of. It would never happen in division. Bears would not. They just pick Fields. Lions 100% would. And the Vikings 100% would.
Yeah.
Vikings are going to do anything to get rid of. Would do anything now to get rid of Kurt.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say if Packers say yes to any of those teams, the Bears, but I don't think they say yes to other teams.
Yeah, and the Bears don't say yes.
Yeah.
And then the last NFC East Cowboys. I think the Cowboys would say no. I think they'd stick with Dak. Yeah. Football team.
Football
Yeah.
team say yes.
And the Packers would say no to them.
Eagles would say yes.
It would be, I would not take Hurts
I
on
would,
the
yeah.
Packers.
No, I wouldn't take Hurts either, but
Yes.
I think the Eagles would.
That's maybe a different conversation in a year, though. But I don't think so. And then Daniel Jones,
They won't
Giants
get
would say
it.
yes, and the Packers would say no.
So what's the best deal of all that?
It's between the Raiders, Browns, and Titans, right?
Yeah,
And
I
then-
had to pick between those three. I had to pick the Browns.
Me too. I'd take Baker, yeah. Is that what you're saying? You take Baker?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think Baker.
I think I would too.
I think Baker would be an interesting one because if this did happen, I wouldn't be surprised if the Browns said no. They're like, no, we're gonna stick with Baker. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Yeah. Yeah, I
They
think
just
the-
won their first playoff game. I would not be surprised at all if they said no.
I think the only thing that would make them say yes is like if they're gonna have to shell out that much money for a quarterback, would you rather have Aaron Rodgers for a couple years and pretty much know what you're gonna get, or have Baker and
Right.
pay the same amount of money and just hope that
Right.
you can.
Right.
Would you rather have Baker at 30 or Rodgers at 40? A year.
That's the
That's
thing.
true.
And you get a first round.
And you.
It's one first though. That's the problem. Is it's one first, and if Rodgers is on the Browns, that team is 100% in the playoffs, probably winning a game at least. So that pick is very late.
Yeah.
And then you're probably decent with Baker, right? You're in that division. You're probably a playoff team.
Yeah.
That division, oh my gosh! Especially if Rodgers leaves, that division is going to have three teams with like probably the same record.
They're gonna be the NFC, whatever.
Yeah, because the Lions are going to be horrible, but then all three of those teams would have a chance to win the division.
They're gonna be the NFC.
It was relatively close even with
Yeah,
Rodgers having an MVP season.
right. And the Bears were still remain competitive.
The more I think about it, the more I sway the Browns say no.
I think they might say yes only because they think that they could win the Super Bowl.
Fair enough.
I think that's what you'd have to weigh, right? You'd have to be like, okay, we get Rodgers for 3 years. I don't think the Browns would say yes. I think if it's truly because Aaron Rodgers is unhappy living in Green Bay, Cleveland is not going to make him happy.
Exactly. And like the way I look at it is like, okay, if this is Tom Brady, this is a complete different situation.
For sure.
For me, it's that old like it's hard for me to think like if they get Aaron Rodgers during the Super Bowl because we haven't seen Aaron Rodgers
No, for
in the Super
sure.
Bowl since whenever
I
they
agree.
won it. So I mean, he's a locker room cancer. We've
Yeah.
seen it multiple times.
No,
I
but
don't know,
that's-
I think they stick with Baker. I really do.
Yeah, I think.
But that's sad because that's probably the best deal they're going to get. We Baker first. If the Browns did say that.
Yeah, because I do agree that the problems with Tannehill and Carr is that they're old.
Yeah.
Like at 32, and then like if you can't make it to the Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers, you're not making it with Carr or Tannehill.
Exactly. They don't.
Not
All
even
these deals suck. for the
close.
Packers, yeah, they're getting screwed.
You might be able to finagle the Cowboys from
Maybe.
like that's the only thing that you have to press Jerry and just say you get the biggest star in the league right now. You get the former MVP. You know, Dak's
might say
hurt.
yes.
That's what I'm saying. That's the best deal you get.
Just for the media.
Exactly.
Maybe that, yeah.
Exactly. Okay, I also wanted to just have a debate about. We talk a lot about quarterbacks and like ranking quarterbacks and like, oh, if we started a franchise today, who are the top quarterbacks? What about running backs and wide receivers? Well, running backs first. I feel like we don't talk enough about running backs.
Yeah.
Or we don't have these off-season debates about running backs. We talk a lot about running backs during fantasy.
Yeah, just 'cause they're so brutal.
Um,
Starting a franchise at running back.
So, because I'm trying to think in our research draft, I think only 2 running backs got taken. I know I picked McCaffrey in like the last round,
Someone probably picked.
and I think Henry got taken. Are those the 1 and 2? If we're starting from scratch a franchise,
And everyone's healthy.
I mean, let's just say the draft is tomorrow,
Yeah.
or the draft is today.
Yeah.
I think you'd assume McCaffrey's healthy.
Yeah.
McCaffrey's one. Just go to 8 and everything.
But Saquon.
Oh
Gonna
my
come out with
gosh.
ACL, and I mean McCaffrey's just high ankle sprain.
That's-
That's small stuff. I mean,
That's the thing.
But
I'd
where
much
would you-
rather
where-
have McCaffrey. Saquon.
I'm gonna look.
no, I get your point though.
This isn't the
He'd be
same.
high. Sadly enough, coming off an ACL.
This isn't the same because it's fantasy, but dynasty running backs.
You know who's actually pretty high up for me? Nick Chubb.
Chubb is 25 years old.
He's also been splitting carries, so he hasn't been taking a full.
That's the
He's
thing.
elite.
He's pretty young, and I think the only reason why obviously he's good. Like everyone, it's not like a sneaker pick or anything, but like because he's splitting picks, he's splitting carries with another decent running back.
There's probably only, I'm looking at this fantasy list, which I said it's different, but like there's only 20 running backs that I think would get drafted
I mean,
if we did a restart, and then the other ones would just be free. Like
has anyone played a full season?
look at
I know Chubb's been out at least the last 3 years.
Chubb's had injuries.
He's had injuries. McCaffrey obviously out last year.
Saquon.
Derrick Henry maybe. I'm trying to think when he's been out, but
I think Derek might have.
I think he's the most durable one.
Yeah.
It's just so tough. I mean, they're just so tough.
Games played. Okay. Henry played all 16.
There you go.
Cook played 14. Chubb played 12. Aaron Jones 14. Jonathan Taylor 15, but he didn't really play. James Robinson 14. McCaffrey 3. Miles Sanders 12. Joe Mixon 16. David Montgomery. Or no, sorry, Joe Mixon 6.
Okay.
I was like,
I could have sworn.
Yeah,
that was
15 for both Josh Jacobs and David Montgomery. Zeke 15, Kenyon Drake 15, Alvin Kamara 15, Antonio Gibson 14, J.K. Dobbins 15, but not really. Cam Akers 13.
How old is Derrick Henry? You don't know.
Derrick Henry 26. Here, you want to hear this?
Clear
This
cut second pick.
quick cut. This is so this is for fantasy football, but this is why I said 20. Here are the 20 guys I think get taken. Because I legitimately think every other running back besides Etienne and Harris don't get drafted. Like I don't think I'm looking at like 23 is Devin Singletary. I think a team would just I think you take a third string offensive tackle before you take Singletary, and then you just pick up a running back on free agency for nothing. But this is their rankings: are McCaffrey, Saquon, Jonathan Taylor, Kamara, Cook, Chubb, Swift, Dobbins, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Zeke, Derrick Henry, Cam Akers, James Robinson, Josh Jacobs, Miles Sanders, Aaron Jones, Joe Mixon, Austin Eckler, Antonio Gibson, David Montgomery.
I think they did Henry a little bit.
Yeah,
Is that like
this is for fantasy.
for fantasy?
He's 26.
Derrick Henry.
Yeah, running backs typically flame out at like 28.
Yeah.
I don't know. Henry might be a little different. I hope he's different. I think he keeps proving people wrong.
The fact that he played all season for me, I mean, it's just
He's just a different breed. Like he's actually just built
Tank.
different. Is the thing.
Right.
That's why like it's hard to. Like not only is he just big, he's like most of he's tall. Like he's bigger than everyone. It's just
he's got the perfect build. He's got like smaller legs, so he can still out sprint people, but then his upper body is just
6'3".
ginormous. So people just bounce off him.
And he his first 2 seasons he didn't start. He got over 100 carries both seasons.
That's right, DeMarco.
Yeah, and then he took over I think halfway through in 2018. But man, the only thing about last year is he had 400 carries. He had 300 carries in 2019 and 380 last year.
And he did this again. That's unreal.
That's true.
That is unreal. That's unheard of. I mean,
Yeah.
when you think about it. I mean, even in fantasy, that's making me think, like, man, like, he's such a weapon, just that you put him in every week and not have to find a fill-in running back because everybody just sits out a couple games or gets hurt at least.
And like, okay, so Adrian Peterson was kind of like one I was thinking of. He never had over 350 carries. He had one season over 350 when he was 23.
That's pretty.
He got hurt when he was 28, and then he had that comeback season when he was 30. Then he flamed out. So Henry's got. I'd give him 4 more years, hopefully, if he doesn't get hurt.
depending if it's not like a terrible injury, like that almost buys him a little bit of rest time.
Yeah, right.
Like, oh, he sprained his wrist or something like that, sits out for a few weeks. It's like,
I think someone actually might have taken Saquon in their draft.
our restart draft.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're drafting a running back, I think if you get 3 years out of him, you're happy.
For sure. That's why I think if the NFL did a restart, these running backs would be taken. It'd be McCaffrey and Henry. Someone would probably take Saquon just because of his talent, but like McCaffrey and Henry are really the only two that like are change your offense. Just the two of them, you know. You can probably make an argument for like Cook, Kamara, and Barkley being in that like second tier, but Cook, Kamara, Chubb, all 25. Saquon's 24, coming off 2 back-to-back seasons where he's been hurt. Like I don't know. If I'm a franchise, I'm just like, because realistically, like in a draft, you have to pick on 4th round. I mean, you're sacrificing an elite tackle or an elite pass rusher or an elite corner to take a running back or a wide receiver that's going to be there for.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
I'd rather have. I think I'd almost rather have like Swift, Dobbins, or Taylor over. And I love Kamara, Cook, and Chubb.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
those guys are 22.
round 15 or 16. Yeah. Sign me up.
They'll get to around 15 or 16. I hope so. I think that's the funny thing that I think a casual football fan would hear us say this and be like, "What do you like?" Alvin Kamara and Dalvin Cook and Saquon Barkley would go first round.
That's like every quarterback.
Yeah. The first round would legitimately be 15 quarterbacks at least.
More now.
Probably
Now
more.
The draft.
I
Yeah.
think
20
it's-
quarterbacks, 6 tackles, and a couple corners. Or maybe pass rushers. Yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah, I feel like some, like the top ones, guys would go.
Do we have our restart draft? I want to see how. Like, okay, who went in that first round? That was defense. It was like Watt, Bosa, Miles Garrett. Did he go early?
Yeah.
I think so.
Jair.
So Jair and Ramsey.
I took Jair, I think, in the second.
Yeah.
And I think Eli took another one
I think
too.
I took Ramsey.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking between Jair and Ramsey. Or see, no. Because I think between Jair and I can't remember, but I remember
Somebody took
Jair went right after me, and I took a defensive guy.
Okay, we went Mahomes, Watson. Took Watson. That's funny. Allen, Russell, Quentin Nelson. Oh, Chase Young. For sure, Chase Young. Chase Young and Bosa and Watt would go early for sure. Yeah. Myles Garrett.
He's right up there.
Yeah.
He's not much good than me.
And you know who else is up there? Reed took Chris Jones in third round. Chris Jones is way younger than I thought he was. He would go early too. Yeah, you took Saquon
I did.
in the last round.
I love that.
Second to last round. Second to last. Yeah.
Did I?
No, I took McCaffrey in that round too. I was shocked that he went that low. I think everyone kind of forgot because of his injury.
Saquon or McCaffrey?
Saquon, or no, McCaffrey. Sorry, because if you ask people this, if you did the restart draft last year, I think probably in the NFL McCaffrey would have gone first round. Not at the whole NFL restarted. I think he goes second round. Yeah. Like after last year when he was 1,000 yards both. Like I just on a bad team too with. Yeah, was Teddy their quarterback when he did?
It was Kyle Allen.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, he'd definitely go second round. 100%. Yeah, I don't know. I that was just interesting to me, the running backs. What about just next season? Henry McCaffrey. I don't know. Who would you rather have on your team?
Henry McCaffrey?
Yeah.
For fantasy?
No, for your actual franchise. Because fantasy, I feel like it's still McCaffrey.
Like Henry,
That's really tough.
the only
Depends on my offensive line, like, to be honest.
that is true. But also, like the thing I keep thinking of, and I know it was only one game, but when they played the Ravens in the playoffs, like the Ravens just crowded the line, and then Henry got 40 yards in the whole entire game. Like he's hard to stop, but not impossible. Like it depends on what the rest of your team looks like too. Like if you're throwing a game, like if you're having to rely on him, like if he's your go-to, like I feel like a team can.
Henry?
Yeah, I think a team could put their efforts in to stop that. But with McCaffrey, you've got the run game and kind of like a passing game with him too.
Yeah, it's so hard to you can't even just put one guy on him in the receiving game. Like if you just put a linebacker on him, that's not enough.
Yeah,
but
and it's the same. It's relatively the same argument with Henry. It's a little bit different. Like McCaffrey will juke the crap out of anyone, but Henry.
Right, and Henry also. I mean, 2 years ago when they went to the AFC Championship, it was all Henry. It was literally all Henry. They just 200 yards every game in the playoffs. I mean, that's insane.
If Sam Darnold's my quarterback, I want McCaffrey. Just because the safety blanket. I mean,
Right.
for a young quarterback, it's flush it back there, top of your running back, and there goes McCaffrey. But if I have a seasoned team, I think for next.
Yeah, I mean, since we're doing this like super hypothetical, let's just assume everything is mediocre. Like everything is middle of the league. Your offensive line is 15. Your quarterback's 15. Your quarterback's Carr and Tannehill, like Cousins. Like your quarterback's mediocre. Your whole team, our whole offense is iffy wide receivers. Like sometimes I have good games, sometimes I don't.
I'm going with guys who get awesome. I'm going.
I think I'd go McCaffrey. I'm probably a little biased because I had him in fantasy, but I feel like I can do more with McCaffrey. But I don't know. He's never done it.
That's the thing with I feel like with McCaffrey, he's a pretty good double-edged sword, but Henry is like incredible single-edged blade. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, he's also done it in the playoffs, which I think is. But like you said, the Ravens definitely figured him out. Yeah, it's a good debate. They're really close.
Yeah, and it's tough to compare them just because they're so different.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of it also comes to preference too. But
If you ask me after the 1,000, it'd probably be closer for me. But the fact that you don't McCaffrey only plays 3 games plus, that's like, especially my team's mediocre. I want guys to be out there. Like mediocre offensive line. Like mediocre good arm. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think if you have a mediocre offensive line, I'd rather have the guy that you don't have to run behind the offensive line. Just swing him outside.
I think the only difference is passing game.
That's what I'm saying. If you have a mediocre defense or offensive line, and they put 7 in the box, like I don't know. It's a good point. You can't go wrong.
No, that's the thing.
Like, yeah.
Good fighter.
We're on draft sandwiches.
Good.
I didn't even create a list.
Round. I don't know. Let's do it. I'll
4.
4 picks.
We'll go this way. Snake. You start.
Start.
Best sandwiches. Look at that. You need a list.
I saw that list. I didn't agree with it this week.
I didn't either. Oh my gosh. What was our first one? Italian.
It was like Italian beef.
I heard a lot of Italian.
Like I like Italian sandwiches, but I like if I have an Italian sandwich with like pepperoni and salami and stuff. Not like,
I'm on the end of my season. What's the pick?
okay, honestly,
Can't get too specific because it's just
sandwiches.
yeah.
I'm gonna say
BLT.
BLT.
Chicken whammy.
Chicken sandwich. I knew. You were gonna do that.
I thought he was going to do that.
I thought he was going to too. Really? You'd rather have a BLT than a chicken sandwich?
Oh, like a chicken sandwich from like Chick-fil-A or something.
Yeah, like a chicken sandwich. Yeah.
Or just anything?
Like a nice chicken with a nice little sandwich and sauce. Come on. You can't sit here and tell me you rather have a BLT than that.
I'm
Get
serious.
out of
No,
here,
I'm
you
serious. A good
BLTs
like-
are good, but not
like a good piece of bacon. Like you can't get like the skinny like.
I know.
I'm serious.
I don't know if I like.
I mean, it's close, but like I love BLTs.
I love BLTs. They ain't cool.
I don't. I
If
don't. Think,
Chick-fil-A had a BLT, would you get a BLT over the chicken sandwich?
Okay, well, that's up. Okay, it's like I wouldn't. Fast food BLTs are like BLTs from a restaurant, okay, but like.
see,
homemade
that's
BLTs
there's
are great.
those are very. The chicken sandwich is better from like a Chick-fil-A. Chicken sandwich is better than like a homemade chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
But a BLT is better. I think it's better homemade.
Personally, for me, because I don't think I can make a great chicken sandwich, especially if I'm eating Chick-fil-A. But
Yeah,
I know I can make a BLT way better than a BLT.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You don't agree with that? You
No, I don't disagree, but I'm saying like sort of thing. I don't know. At home, we make chicken sandwiches. I don't know.
Yeah. Just like all the levels to BLT.
see. I take a chicken sandwich. I'll go grilled cheese with my first. I'm really tempted to take one, but I don't think they'll go back to me. But I'm not gonna take it here because I had a bad experience with it recently. So I'm gonna go. Yeah,
And I'm not gonna do it.
I think my next one is gonna be bacon, egg, and cheese. Yeah. PB&J. That was my next pick. Did you see that the one that we did, or the one that we were referencing, that the Barstool one? Did you see how late PB&J went on that one?
Yeah.
Let's look at it. That. PB&J went 7. 1, 2, 3. That's fifth for us.
Okay.
Their number 1 was Italian beef.
That's the thing. I never even had Italian beef. I've had.
But it's hard to say.
Yeah,
I mean, just fantastic.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Okay. Who's Eli? You have 2. We have 20 more minutes. We might need to drop something else after this.
All right, I've got. It's so tough because like you have one sandwich, like a great sandwich of this is excellent. Like, but it's hard, it's like rare. I don't know. There's a lot of schools of thought. I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna do, just like a straight up. I think they're just called like Italian, like with like salami and pepperoni and different layers. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm one of them 6. I don't think it's taken.
This one. Wait. So what'd you take?
Italian.
Okay.
I don't want to get like super specific, but basically just like a ham and cheddar. But the ham, when I think of ham and cheddar, I don't think of like cold cuts. I think of like leftover like holiday ham, like the thick, fatty, and then you just put some mayo or some cheddar, like some mayo and pretty smack.
That's good.
I saw this on that list. I'm going to cheeseburger.
Yeah. That's a good one. Okay, these are my last 2. I'll just take it because I'll take the pulled pork. I'll take the pulled pork.
Even though it did you dirty at one time.
Yeah, but it's so good most of the
Yeah,
time.
it's really good.
Okay, so I'll go pulled pork, and then okay, this is you guys. One of you guys might take this. I'm not going to here, but I didn't. Is chicken parm a sandwich? Because I feel like chicken parm is usually just
It is. It's still
A
this,
dish.
but there is chicken parm sandwich. They're pretty good. It's
Okay.
just it's like a compared to a meatball sandwich, but there's chicken. It's a meatball.
yeah. Okay, I'll just do like turkey, just a regular. Just like turkey and cheese and like lettuce or something, but like turkey clubs are pretty popular. But yeah, I'll just, that was
I also saw this one on the list, and I thought it was brilliant. I'm gonna go ice cream.
I was debating picking it out. I just was like, yeah. That was a great pick.
All right, this pick. This is definitely my 4th pick, but I'm gonna go with Euro.
Yeah, I
In the right
like 'em.
place.
Yeah, like that's true. You can have a bad Euro, but man, a good Euro is life changing.
I'm a flatbread like that type of bread.
Deep bread with like some nice egg and a sauce, whatever.
Yeah.
What's your plate? It's like a Euro sauce. So yeah, something. There's something. It's like they're not all the same. They're all pretty similar.
No, I feel you. Did they remember the whole list?
Grilled cheese, bacon and cheese, pulled pork.
I was BLT, ham,
Ours are easier because we have the snake.
What was mine?
BLT,
PB&J.
Italian, ham,
Ice cream.
PB&J,
and chicken sandwich.
I chicken sandwich. Like, chicken sandwich, PB&J, cheeseburger, ice cream.
I'd be fine with that list too. Yours is fine too.
I just find with all these lists.
Yeah, I like sandwiches.
I actually love sandwich, so.
I think the special thing. If I had Euros more often, I would take them 4th. But
Are you guys?
I rarely have Euros, but when I do, I just.
Well, we can't help this one I did.
Would you guys rather have? What's your best breakfast sandwich? Like build it completely.
McGriddle with sausage,
So you like the pancake?
egg, and cheese. Yeah, something like that.
My ultimate, and this I guess this goes for like I make a lot of breakfast sandwiches because I love breakfast sandwiches, but a nice buttery croissant,
Croissant.
A croissant. Almost made me drop my croissant.
so croissant, and then sausage patty, and then pretty much.
And what was yours? Yours is the McGriddle sauce.
McGriddle with sausage, egg, and cheese.
I'd do a bacon, egg, and cheese on a bagel. And not a super thick bagel. It's gotta but not super thin either. It's like gotta be the right, because if it's super thick, then it's too much bread. So I need like a medium-sized bagel, and it's gotta be kind of like. I had this one at a golf course one time. It is still the best breakfast sandwich I've ever had. It's just like a thinner bagel, not like the thin bagel, and like the bacon was it was just super greasy. The cheese is all melted, and it's just like
Any sauce?
no.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't do no sauce. Breakfast gets like dry.
Well, see, that's why it was wet enough, like with the bacon and stuff.
the grease of the sauce.
Yeah, like it melted. It was good. It was really good. It wasn't as that. Maybe there was sauce on that one. I just didn't know, but it wasn't dry. Because I agree with you.
That's my problem.
Dry sandwiches are tough.
No, they're just not good. That's my problem. I love bagel sandwiches, but I've had some dry ones that are just like
Well, so that's also why it can't be too thick of a bagel. Because the bagel could make it dry. I'd be fine with cream cheese on that. Cream cheese, I could.
Einstein, they do their salmon. They do like a little.
Oh my gosh,
So good.
Einstein's. I could have Einstein's probably every day.
So good. What was yours again?
Croissant, sausage patty. Honestly, I like good fried egg.
Yeah, me too. Fried egg on breakfast.
And then cheese.
That's my only problem with McDonald's breakfast sandwiches is their egg.
No, I do my own egg, 100%. Yeah, they're
Yeah,
like,
that-
they're like, here comes a block of egg.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
and I'm just like,
Talking
what
about-
is this?
Talking about all these sandwiches, like store-bought homemade, like or store-bought or like restaurant bought or whatever. Like a breakfast sandwich from anywhere is gonna be pretty good, but like a million times out of 100, I'm making my own breakfast sandwich or buying one.
No, I would just take their pancake patty and then I make my own sausage and my egg.
You know, it's also really good. It's not super like common, but making a breakfast sandwich with like waffle.
Waffle. Yeah. I like the McChick. The biscuits are very good as well. It's the same thing
Yeah.
as kind of a croissant.
That sandwich, that specific one, the like chicken McBiscuit or whatever, like next if I get it again, I probably will. Next time I get it, I'm gonna like put my own sauce.
Yeah.
Like my only grab is just super dry.
No,
But
you got to put sauce.
it's like really crumbly, but yeah.
What do you put on that?
honey or anything.
Yeah.
You put some on there.
That's what
yeah. Maybe
what
we'll get
Wendy's. That's what they do.
Frank's.
Yeah. All Frank's sauce on.
That's what Wendy's do.
Yeah.
Even just butter.
Honey
Like you
butter.
make
butter.
that biscuit. Yeah,
Oh, it's
just
gotta be
buttery.
something.
Yeah,
Because-
the biscuit's a little bit more buttery.
Like Chick-fil-A's figured that out. Their Chick-fil-A's breakfast is so underrated. I'll stand by that. I mean, I've had their egg white grill.
That's really
That
good.
is fantastic.
Chicken minis. I don't know.
Oh,
I'm obsessed with cornbread and the different little cornbread bread.
It's like that's what it is, cornmeal bread. Because it's
Cornbread,
fantastic. Yeah, it
They
is.
call it corn sweet bread.
And and it's lathered in butter.
That was so
butter.
good.
So it just like the bread just like melts. Very good.
The little breakfast bowls are really good too.
I remember
I
having.
also had those egg hash browns and the chicken.
Oh, I imagine they can't be bad.
Oh, so good.
But I just never
I
had.
just dumped Chick-fil-A sauce and mix it all
Oh,
up. It's
stop
good to go. Good to
They
go.
need to do all day breakfast.
Yeah, they do.
The fact that it stops at 10:30 sucks. Why are my toes so swollen? Look at this. Look at this here. My feet are swollen. Does that ever happen to you?
All the time.
I was gonna say, it probably happens around.
No, my feet usually don't swell.
My feet are sweating. I'm just sweating profusely right now.
Oh yeah,
I'm mentally prepared.
Well, I
So
also
good.
I don't have AC in my house
That's true.
at home.
That's
So
fantastic.
72 is 95 in the Morgan household. That's Chad's too cheap.
Yeah.
Sorry,
No,
sorry.
we don't run the AC. We just open the door.
God. No, so that's why I have a bad habit, and you guys know this because we live, but I leave doors open all the time. Because that's what we like at my house in the summertime. We don't close doors until it's like midnight to 6 o'clock. The doors are closed in the morning, and after that, the doors are always open in my house. We have bugs in our house like all the time because it'll be 11:30 at night, and the doors will always just be open.
yeah, that's what I think. We usually have AC. Or I don't know what's gonna be like at my
That's true.
parents' new house, but our old house was like.
You might not need it at your new house. You're surrounded by trees.
That's the thing. We had a lot of shade. We had a good amount of shade in our last house, but our house was like kind of long. Like if you look at its overall shape, like it was like we had troubles with like Wi-Fi,
Right.
just searching it, and like same thing with like heating and cooling. It's like some rooms, because the AC unit and stuff was all like kind of like on one side of the house. It's like one side of the house is always nice and cold. It's like the apartment, like where that was my room for the last couple years I lived there. It was like really nice and cold.
12 for 10 and 4 for
But yeah, we always had a hard time. Like our whole house was never the same temperature. But yeah, we do that same thing. Like in the evenings, like open windows in the evenings when it's cool.
Yeah,
Put
yeah.
the cooler in, and then when it gets hot, you pull it in.
It's cloudy. This is weird. It's like 90 degrees. All right, we can end it right now. We got 10 minutes left, but unless we want to draft something else. You guys have something else you want to draft? I don't have any.
I don't know what that shoes. There's somebody that was thought bread.
I was thinking about road trip snacks I'm gonna get when I go home.
Oh, dude.
I need to go. I'm packing everything up tonight and leaving pretty early.
I'm gonna be here all day tomorrow. I think I'm going fishing in the morning.
That's it.
And my dad will come up.
I need to. I just rather would get because if I have to go kind of not through Seattle but through Bell. Like if I wait too long and I am home, like go home at like 5, I will be another hour in traffic. So
Yeah, you don't want to end your drive. Like you'll be all tired. And, you'll just be sitting there and then you're gonna get sick.
Yeah.
That's the worst.
I just looked at if I leave at 8, the map said I'll get there at 2:30. So I think I might try to leave at like 7:30, and then get there at 2. That'd be nice. Because if I wake up like normal and take my time and then leave at 9, it'll be 4:30 by the time, and that's just no way.
I kind of just think of the same thing with Portland. It's like when you get off by 84, it's not as bad. It's not nearly as bad as like Seattle gets, but getting on the freeway. Like when we drove to Vancouver, like we had to take a different lane.
Yeah.
Because of the traffic. So,
Okay. All right. Good show, boys. Last live show.
bye, YouTube viewer.